Hello and welcome to another episode of the Watch Collective 2 podcast. My name is Ahmed Gaudat. I'm your host and one of the Watch Collective 2. And today I have another special guest and another watch enthusiast, a content creator and a watch collector who has been faceless for a very long time. And I think this is the first time we're going to officially reveal her. So today I have Fatma Al-Najjar. Hi Fatma, how are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much for accepting the invite and joining us today and being part of our journey. Maybe before we get into you as a collector and you as a content creator, maybe you can have a quick brief about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. أولاً السلام عليكم. And my name is Fatma Al-Najjar, not FNAL. So yeah, it's cute actually when some people, they just rush into me like FNAL. It's my initial.
We're gonna get into the why FNAL2. This is later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a story also for that. And I'm an artist from the region, GCC, and I've been here like maybe the first in my content, I guess. I'm not sure, but as I was hearing. As per my hobbies, I'm an artist and a ballet dancer. Starting by artist, I'll tell you why I started with artists, because art had me go into this whole thing.
Yep.
My watch love or what I'm doing right today. At the beginning, I had this idea that I found it was possible for me like to have one of my art pieces and put it on a dial. So, and I thought all of a second it's so easy to be done. And I tried so hard, like to do a few steps and so on and so forth. But the answers were so rough and no. And which is completely fair because who am I at that point, like to come and collaborate with whomever or whatever. But I thought for a weird reason, no, it's so easy to be done. But apparently it came out very hard. So at the beginning, it was just starting to put one of my art paints on a dial.
Okay.
But I wasn't thinking about watches as watches or as a mechanism or caliber or whatever.
And you didn't get into the watches till this stage?
Yeah, till that moment, none. And even my strategy about watches was so basic and common. And telling you about so common and basic, like I only need my Rolex two-tone, whatever they date or they just, no, really. And what do you call it? Yeah, one just leather strap to go and one gold watch, which I already had all of them. So I thought about myself like, I'm completed, alhamdulillah. I don't need any more. But if in case I want more luxurious, so now I would start going like to the Aquanauts or the Nautiluses or maybe Royal Ox because I don't have any. Yeah, and at that moment, I just started like to look at just adding up, or for more like just upgrading myself.
Yeah.
But being as from my watch side, خلاص, covered up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I have everything. Why did I became who me today? I've been into this Roger Smith's event, and I met him. And we were talking to him, I was talking to him and his friend, and they were like asking, so since he's a watchmaker and he's like a person that he is like a watch designer and he's well known, I asked him, is it okay like for a person as an artist, if I want to make an art, but not like to collaborate with him, just asking, how is this generally,
guidance.
How is this, exactly, how is this might happen? And he was like, well, for me, now he explained it to me clearly. Why would I collaborate with you if you're not famous and you're not an artist famous? And apparently to be a watcher famous more easier than to be an artist famous because it's just going to take me a long life. And you never know how lucky I'm going to be at that point. Because there's a lot of people that they are like good in their art, but they're in the shadows. So this is really hard for me to compete for. And this is how it started.
You have been doing content for watches for quite a bit now, and you're one of the few ladies who's doing this and it's pretty much heavy content, right?
And interesting. I started this whole thing now for exactly 9 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm in my 9th month now, inshallah. So I just started like after Ramadan, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe my 11th, but I didn't finish 1 year.
Uh-huh. Your watch content creating journey started with the watch collecting journey.
With yeah, I can tell you, like, with that kind of guidance or let's say advice, now I know like my baby steps where I can start with. And then later, also, to be quite honest, what made me fall in love with calibers and to know more and more and more. You have to know I'm a person that when I am into something, I'm too genuine passionate and I'm very curious. And when I'm telling you no, really, لقافة over. يعني I would go fall asleep while I'm reading. I want to know more and more and more and more. So now what happened, I was invited to Roger's Dubuis workshop. And it was my first time actually to, the teaser. I don't know if it's called in like the watch industry teaser or not. The one that
tweezers.
You can hold. Yeah, tweezer. Then you can hold the
mainspring and
exactly. And I was holding something and I was shaving and stuff. And then it was my first time in my whole life to think, what's inside a case? And how is this even happening? Now that I found it really interesting. And since that day, I started digging. But what made me, or what I'm trying to highlight as my content today is, like what I completely fall in love with is the history of every watch and to know like every brand out there.
But let me ask you a question. Was the Roger Dubuis event the game changer for you, who moved you from the girly watches that every girl is seeking, right?
Yeah, I mean, they made me actually think about what's inside a case because, mashallah, they're always known to be too initiative when it comes to their kind of workshops, honestly. And to be also quite honest, because at that time, they're just amazing while their marketing lines, they're the best. And they had at that time this museum that they had it next to Burj Khalifa, if you remember.
Yeah, last year.
Exactly. So they gave me also a workshop over there. I was invited, and when I went actually with those guys, TWP, also, at the watch club. And while I was there, I started to take it so serious. It was so interesting, like explaining the leap years, and I don't know, how is everything's linked? I was amazed. Like, I never thought about a watch has this kind of
but it was illuminating.
I know. And since that day, خلاص, I'm just so, I never stopped.
And before all of this, you were into the mainstream girly watches, right?
Oh, very, yeah. Who I'm making fun of today? Not really, but
yeah, because you're a heavy collector and you know what you're collecting. So
not heavy much, but yeah, today.
Yeah, but heavy in terms of knowledge. This is heavy. I mean,
very true. But honestly, talking Ahmed, I don't know. Probably, maybe you've been through the same. Or I'm a person that I keep changing my mind every now and second, and even what I am yesterday in my collecting strategy
keeps changing.
It's not today.
Yeah, but every collector is like this, as a matter of fact.
I found out.
More or less. But let me move to another point, which is the content creating. Your Fatma AKA FNAL2. First of all, why FNAL2?
FNAL2, I don't remember. Actually, this is my private Instagram. And it was there forever. It was maybe from 2012 or 2011. Why it's 2? I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I had a FNAL and I forgot the password. I get lost. And then I wanted to link myself to myself. And I did a FNAL2. Or probably maybe they didn't take me Instagram back. So I had to change because it's there. And I did it too. And since that day until today,
who knows that FNAL2 is going to be famous?
Wallah, if you know me even as a person, well, listen, I'm not that kind in my personality to like to be very highlighted. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. You hide your face till today.
And
I mean, till this moment. So yeah.
Not that. يعني mashallah, few people, they have the enjoyment of being noticed everywhere. Yeah. For me, I feel like it's gonna, I don't know. It's like I want to be who I am, famous in what I do, but meanwhile,
Yes.
I'm confused. But meanwhile, like in the streets, I want to be like not everyone, but the good part in what we are in, like even if I'm not this, it's going to be in a circle, which is what,
But I agree with you. I mean, sometimes when you create a content, you really want to focus on what you're creating. You don't want to focus.
Oh, me so far, so much.
And you don't want to relate it to a face as well. You just wanted people to be following or subscribing or doing whatever for the content itself.
Exactly.
And I actually did not show my face until 1 month ago. So,
so
even the wife. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, mashallah, you're doing great. You're doing a great content. And I know that there was one post which made the whole thing go viral, right? Which was it? Which was?
Yeah, my chronomaster, Zenith. I had it as a hair bun.
Yeah.
And I took a picture. Even the picture is not even professional. And I just put it as a story. And that day, I woke up the second day. It's like in 2000 something, added me more. Yeah, and it was actually I tagged Sandeep from Zenith. He is the guy in Zenith here, and several people, maybe those clubs and stuff. But what happened here, just went all over. Maybe that's the day I'll tell you, like the most day I was exposed
and it was that Zenith, right?
Yeah,
Chronomaster, which I love, by the way. It's a really one of the best chronographs, so.
Really, it is beautiful. And to know, like, a Daytona history, that Daytona is a Daytona with Rolex, but it's still, I mean...
I don't like the Daytona, by the way.
I don't like the Panda. Sorry. No offense. And Panda, it's too much, not tacky, but it's beautiful, but it's just like the much it's all over and everyone's targeting. I don't see the beauty in it anymore, honestly.
My favorite is a Zenith with a faux patina. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm not a Daytona guy, and I do not like, I do not really announce it because a lot of people are gonna get angry.
Yeah, definitely, because it's like everyone's target, but it's fine. I mean, it's at the end of the day, taste matters.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. As long as you're enjoying it, nobody's is really. But let's talk a little bit about the content you're making. So what kind of content you're trying to make?
Yeah, what I'm trying to make, it's the story after every watch. Like, what I like the most, or what I think people are interested to know, is, for example, how they came out with the pilot watch and why the pilot watch, how they came out with the diver watch and why diver watch, and who did good with it, how they made up the
XYZ,
blah blah, whatever. Yeah, like every single complication out there, how it was done, what's the first watch was done in the history. I mean, all the flows that have been history, just history. Main stories after, and the icon watches back in the old times.
And I see also that what I noticed from following you was you do heavy technical kind of content. You talk about like complications, you talk about movements, in addition to history of a brand or a complication or a movement or something technical. And for someone who started this journey less than a year, so there must have been a lot of education happened. How did you do this?
Literally, no, it's easy. But I'll tell you why. Because I told you I just started digging in. And regarding, when I first started, والله العظيم, tell me the word lugs. Tell me the word lugs. I'm like, لا والله يعني, tell me the word lugs. I'm like, what is he even saying? Sometimes if I'm embarrassed, I'll act like I know what you're talking about. But inshallah, you don't ask more. But sometimes it's like the seller man, he's nice, and his lady, she's nice, and they're talking. Maybe I'll be confident more, like to ask, what do you mean by like lugs? What's lugs? What's crown? Okay, no, crown, I think I knew. But what do you mean, like, size? Okay, size bad, I knew what they meant with. But caliber, what is caliber? What is skeleton? No, even skeleton I knew, haram, to be honest. But wallah, there's a lot of things that I didn't know before. And like common talk.
But you've done great. I mean, in terms of self-educating.
Because while I was interested and I was reading and reading, خلاص يعني the word keeps repeating itself, so I understand as easy as this.
Yeah.
And then later I started doing the reviews. So when I do a review for a watch, like now خلاص I said the story. Well, I'll talk about the structure of the watch itself.
Yeah.
So خلاص now I know شو يعني مثلا case, back case, اسماء dials, so on. The much you read, and while because you're interested and you want to know, like the second time I come to the same word, خلاص now it explains the first time,
yes.
and then it just gets stuck in my head.
But what you have done in this period, I mean, a lot of people takes a lot of time to know it, which is great. So hats off.
Thank you, but I don't think so because, okay, yeah, what I did while knowing histories.
Yes.
Histories, yes, because it just amazed me.
Yeah.
So that's why it's something that I love and I keep doing. But regarding structure of like technical and stuff, I don't go deep.
Yeah, but at least you touch base.
Yeah, a little. But like deep, no, until today, I don't know.
Yeah, and keep in mind that nobody really goes into deep of technical like content because people, this is not the type of content people are even seeking much, you know. I mean, if you want this, you're not going to go on Instagram, you're going to go on YouTube, watch a watchmaker doing a service for a vintage watch and explaining. And I do this sometimes.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, you should try this. It's very, very, very calming. I mean, it calms me when somebody's fixing a watch on YouTube, to be honest.
Really?
But, yeah.
Fixing
servicing and
service.
Like full service, you know, and from A to Z. But anyway, now talking about the collecting journey, right? And let's talk about you as a collector. So before we can get into some of the pieces that you're having, with some of them I love, by the way. Some of them we have to talk about. But what is the general taste that you have? What are you seeking in general?
I have a strategy, or I have a plan in my collecting. I want to seek first a complication of every complication out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to have that. And then after I finish this, or maybe while in parallel lines, I have a favorites.
Brands or models?
No, brands like unfair, because I have, I can't name. I have like a favorite thing in everything, but maybe complications.
Okay.
Complications. I'll say like my favorite are what assumes me, honestly. Moon face, they're just so pretty.
Oh, okay.
Sun, and especially when they do them pretty. I mean, especially when they do them like the sun comes and the night comes. It's just so dreamy, so me. Clouds, I mean, because
you're an artist as well, so you're seeking things which are artistic.
Yeah, exactly. But it is also like beautiful, like showing you day and night, and while it's changing your days, your watch is changing with you. So this is amazing. Like, yeah, and jumping hour. I'm amazed also by the jumping hour, how it works from inside and jump itself.
Yeah,
I'll tell you something really embarrassing about me. While I started, I called once a jumping hours, jumping watch, and that was so funny. This is how
you educated yourself. But I see a lot of chronographs as well in the collection. So you have here the Chrono Master Zenith, and you have the Baltic limited edition Arabic numerals with perpetual, if I'm mistaken.
Perpetual, Baltic. It's a collab in Baltics and perpetual.
One Underdog, which is another chronograph. I love this watch because of the movement. I love the movement so much.
It is so lovely, and this is one of the watches that, no matter how much you see the pictures, in reality, it's more pretty.
I just ordered it yesterday. Because they opened the ordering.
And stuff. But honestly, I don't like the pizza version of it. It's weird.
I loved it. I want it so bad.
I want to watch with a pizza, and Hawaiian has a...
No, the Hawaiian, I don't like Hawaiian pizza, but the one with the pepperoni, oh my God.
They have like types? I didn't know.
No, they had two. As a matter of fact, so what's happening, I know we're deviating from the topic, but So what's happening that the Time and Tide, it's a collaboration between Time and Tide and the magazine or the platform.
Okay.
And Underdog, right?
Yeah.
And what I understand that it started as a April Fool's. So they were supposed to...
Really?
Yeah. And the 1st of April, they were supposed to say to the people, okay, we're gonna be doing these two, and then they're gonna come and say, okay, we're not doing.
And they just believed the lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Fake it until you make it.
Exactly. And the thing is that they're gonna be visiting specific cities and handing it over in person.
Oh, that is so cool.
I sent them, I told them Dubai is not on the list, and they were like, okay, we're rechecking and stuff. But I would...
It's not on the list.
I don't know. It wasn't. And I'll show you the message afterwards. But anyway, so yeah, I think you like chronographs very much because you have couple.
I have couple and I have even more in home, but I don't like them much.
Okay.
Not that, yeah, just subhanallah, صدفة.
You don't like these much or the ones at home?
I love them. No, I love them, but it wasn't like a plan. Because I love them, I collect them. No, I love chronographs, but not my favorites. Complications, صراحة.
So your favorite is jumping hours?
And Moonface. Moonface comes number one.
I'll show you a couple of moon faces that I don't like moon face for one reason.
Haram.
Because it's I don't want to know where is the moon, you know.
Come on.
I don't want to know how is the shape of the moon today, you know. It's not going to change anything in my life. I like a little bit of practicality or a little bit of fidgeting. So I like chronographs because I like playing with it all day. It comforts me a little bit. But aside from this, you have as well another chronograph, which is beautiful, the salmon diet, the reduced.
This is like, you know, this watch, literally. Everyone wants to buy it from me.
And you're not selling it?
No.
But I love it.
It makes me feel how special it is every time someone asks, literally, like, if you open my request للبيع.
Yeah, everybody's asking.
يعني people that I don't know, even people, يعني when I go, even people, they comment about it when I'm not even in Omega or in other stores and boutiques. Every time they go like, nice.
Because keep in mind, it's a non-model. It's a known model, but it's in blue, like the dark blue, and then black, but salmon.
Exactly.
It's
yeah,
rare.
I was lucky صراحة to manage.
I love it. I think this is my favorite. And
thank you.
One more thing, I see a lot of micro brands as well. So
yes, I don't know. I got them.
And maybe I think this is my favorite.
Yeah.
So
it is my favorite.
The Louis Erard 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary. Yeah, this watch, it's like, yeah, from the limitations that I have, it's my favorite one.
Yeah, I love it. And to be honest, I've never seen it in person. And I just noticed that.
Amazing.
I just noticed that the day is the 7 days is.
It's like كل day like باسم إمارة, and every time I put it on أغير أحط دبي. Yeah, I love it. I extremely love it, and it's even when I met him in the watch week, he's like, "Oh, you're lucky you have one of them." Like,
yeah, well, it's a very special piece,
and especially that it's the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's like different than any anniversary. Yeah, صراحة, it's like it's my favorite.
I love it. It's really nice,
and it matches like well because it's orange. I like orange, and it has this casual, smart looking. So it's beautiful.
The concept itself, it's nice. Instead of the days, you have all the 7 emirates, and it changes every day.
Yeah, they have it in emojis. If I'm not mistaken, the original one that they have in emojis, they have like a sad face, funny face, happy face. I don't know what it is. The emojis, they have that like in 7 emojis. But when they did this one limited for the 50th anniversary, I think,
it's
if I don't have it, I'll be in love with it.
I really like it, and I like Louis Erard in general.
Yeah, Louis Erard, like they stand out honestly.
But which watch of these watches that you like most or wear most?
Omega, Omega, it's like the lizard that keep changing. You know the lizard that
it changes color.
MashaAllah, when you put it with anything, it looks nice. Now if I put it on the suit, it'll look nice. I don't know what's wrong with it. يعني just
it fits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fits.
I know the feeling. I know the
Fits.
feeling.
Exactly. And then inshallah, you put it like with something completely far away. It will.
And any of these pieces is holding a very sentimental value or story behind it.
Okay. My Chronomasters part, I got it. It's amazing. As I told you, it was like
Was the start.
It's the start. But imagine, this is rude actually to make it hear me saying this, the watch. But if I know what I know today, I won't purchase it, honestly. Not for I don't like it, but it's there. I would go definitely with the manufacturer.
Okay.
Definitely. And it won't make sense for me to get both of them because like chronograph. And that one has like more the ethic with the ethic story and the ethic history. So it has like more richer and more vintage story. Definitely I'll go with that purchase. But at that time I didn't know. So I went with this one, which I'm not regretting, but yet I'm telling you, if time was different or I knew what I know today, I won't go with it.
But as you said, it's like the collection keeps changing. Your thoughts and taste keeps changing. So it's totally fine to buy something. I mean, you're going to enjoy it for some time, definitely. But at a certain point in time, you need something different, something else.
Now I hear a lot of people that they've been collecting like for over 15 and 20 years. They came out to the point where خلاص, they have one watch. Like they get bored, but they have like the
one watch collection.
Emirati أحلامي, or I don't know, like the
real watch.
Yeah, like the main course, the one and only. They want to finish, and they would actually give everything away. It's different from person to another. But I've been hearing this a lot. Like they get to the point where خلاص, the passion fades more. But they
just select one, you know. So
focus on
I know people like that, by the way.
Actually, all of us know. They keep talking about this all the time.
I've seen a couple of people. Usually, they are choosing like crazy pieces, like worth the whole collection. So but I don't think I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, but maybe it's like them. You know what? This is me.
Because one watch can never satisfy everything. I mean, it's pretty debatable, you know. So
it's like just, you want everything.
Yeah. And so the whole thing started that you were trying to collaborate with a company.
Actually, just to draw with any freaking dial all over, whatever.
And now the thing is that you finally collaborated, you know?
Yeah, but the funny part now I am in the stage, even before my beautiful collaboration, I was in the stage to actually do that, but I'm taking my time.
Yeah.
Time yet.
Of course. But what I'm saying is that it started that you're trying to collaborate, and thankfully today you had your first collaboration with outoforder.
Yes.
Maybe you tell me how this collaboration happened for vitamin C. You can. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna shoot this as well and put it in the video. But how did it start?
Also, it's a very nice story. Actually, you met him. I mean, Ricardo is
Ricardo Torisi.
Exactly. He is such a sweetheart, a beautiful father. What happened is I was invited to this event, and I met him, and we were talking and stuff. And and I took a picture of an orange one, and I just wrote on it, like in the picture, I noticed that day and I asked him, I told him, why do you call your watches like after name of drinks? Because all of them like named like this. And he explained.
I asked him the same question as well.
Yeah, and he explained why. And then later I told him, and why are you out of water? And he also answered. So I started just asking, and I posted the watch picture, and I wrote on it vitamin C, because it was like orange and pigment.
Yes.
The pigment. So I was like, well, this guy is into drinks. So the first thing I thought about it, vitamin C.
Yeah.
And I put it on. This was like a week before the Dubai Watch Week.
Yes.
And later at that event, we were talking, me and him, and we were like, why not like to have a conference and like an event? I can prepare an event and you can talk Zoom calling or whatever. He was like, yeah, it's a good idea and stuff. So I was like, خلاص, inshallah, after this week, we're going to talk. We have a lot to do together and stuff. And yet, after the week, he contacted me and he's like, we want to talk and stuff. I thought that we are discussing this. But the cute really part was, he asked me if I can collaborate with him. At that moment, I was like, Okay, yeah. What I do, you know, when you're like,
Surprised or shocked or something.
yeah, especially that. ما أعرف, it just didn't. I never had it. That's it. But I was amazed. Alhamdulillah, and I was like, yeah, definitely. And I was happy actually with the chance and the opportunity. And then later we started like to discuss more and more, adding up, choosing every part and stuff. And the watch company, actually, they are like all beautiful team. They backed me up. Yeah, they supported. They're just amazing.
And I like the watch so much. I like the dial. The texture is amazing.
I know, like
it's like color, an orange peel, you know.
I know the color. It's just out of this.
Out of order.
Out of order, definitely. Well, I love the shimmer that it has. It's like an orange, and the shimmer, it's just beautiful. And I love the loom in it. Amazing.
And it's limited edition of
45 pieces. Yeah, and it has my name like twisted because it's out of order. Yeah. That's how he does his thing. So it's the other way back. So it's like Hamtaf. Read somehow in Arabic.
Fatma in reverse.
Fatma in reverse, exactly. And yeah, what else? And the cute part in the packaging, it's written damaged in UAE, because they never say made in Italy or made. He always say damaged in Italy.
I like that the package is like an effervescent, like vitamin C.
Yeah.
I love it. And like the specs are written as an ingredients. I love this.
This is so cute.
I liked it so much.
I know.
But maybe Fatma, I can ask you the last question since we are running out of time. But how do you see yourself evolving as a content creator, or where do you see yourself as a content creator, or what do you want to achieve as a content creator? It's in multiple forms. So
okay, I have a lot going in my mind, honestly. I don't know what will be achieved and what not. I have a lot, actually. How do I see myself in my content? I want to be like more professional. Even seeing myself like later doing a lot of collaborations. Stuff I've been dreaming of, different parallel lines. I see myself also bigger as a in terms of influencer, like watch influencer, I think. And صراحة يعني عندي الطموح إني like to be someone there. I want to like build a name for myself, and this exactly bracket.
But watches. You're seeing yourself doing collabs, most probably at a point in time as an artist as well.
Exactly. This is definitely because this is what made me go into it. Exactly. And other stuff also.
Yeah, that we cannot reveal.
And inshallah, there's
let's keep it coming. Interesting. Let's keep some mystery in the conversation. Yeah, but I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I wish you the best of luck. You're doing great, to be honest. And Fatma, since you, mashallah, already covered a lot of the spectrum, collecting spectrum in 1 year. I mean, you have micro brands, chronographs, big names, neo vintage watch like the Omega. I love how diversified is your collection. But what is your grail watch?
I have a lot, as I told you. I have a dream list and a wish list and a to get list. So we'll go with the wish list. Like, okay, on my top list is as a Royal Oak skeleton rose gold.
Oh, that's big. That's it's pretty heavy dream. You know?
Yeah, it's like the only it is the only skeleton so far that amused me.
Yeah, but it makes sense. I mean, you are getting too deep into the whole watch collecting and stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us today, Fatma. It has been a pleasure. It has been. Thank you so much. And it has been a very light collector's conversation. So yeah, and definitely we're going to meet up once again. This is not going to be the last. And for those who are watching us, thank you so much for your time. This episode is going to be available on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. And do not forget to check out the new limited edition by Fatma and Out of Order. Thank you so much, and see you next time.
Bye.